All right, Shalom. Start first by giving all praise and glories unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai. Call halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well. And greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the house of David the elect, those that are meant to be chosen unto salvation. Shalom. Yeah, this is just my response about the this Kendrick Lamar thing, and all you other celebrities that know you're Israelites. You know, that's no big deal, man. It's really no big deal. Like the brother so eloquently put it, which I just watched. He did a wonderful video on it, straight and to the point, that they're not willing to give up their lives for the Lord's sake, man. And my thing is gonna point through the scriptures the hard life that it takes to be an Hebrew Israelite in this day and age, in this society. And a lot of the 2/3 won't give it up, The brother so eloquently put it, he was like, they're not willing to give up their money, fame, groupies and so on and so forth. But hey, we got Jake that got nothing to lose, that's on the bottom, that work over at the fucking grocery store, living check to check, that fall out over their woman. So how much easier is it for us to believe that you top celebrities ain't gonna give it up, all the luxuries and delicacies that you live with, Just won't stay on. For some reason Esau bullshitting with the brothers' likes. Anyway, so I'm gonna hit a couple scripts, and I was talking in particularly about this right here. Yeah, I started listening to it, but whatever with it, whatever with it. So we're gonna go into this now. I'm gonna start with but the thing is no big deal because of how you heard it. Because we're flooding the internet, especially YouTube. And these new rappers, man, they're out there just like any of you celebrities, man. And y'all off time, man, y'all scour the internet, especially rappers, man, because y'all looking for content or something to speak about. So it's not a special thing that Kendrick Lamar or Ab Soul or Waka, whoever that wants to speak on it now, whether Brandon T. Jackson, whether it's Nick Cannon, what's her name, Maya, all of you guys, man, that don't mean nothing, man. You have to really suffer and do this thing in sincerity, man, and it's gonna be tough, man. So I'm gonna read this, but it's no special thing that you've heard about it. Okay, now you've heard of, like brother's been saying, now that you heard about it, now what you gonna do? So I'm gonna read Psalm 19. It says, to the chief musician, a psalm of David. The heavens declare the glory of the Most High, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Now this is what we call the internet scripture, because that's how a lot of you guys heard this thing. It says, day to day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. Yeah, because you can go and click on these videos and get the warning, and get this message, get the word out there, hear the prophecy 24/7, man. The internet's on 24/7 as of now, so you can go on there anytime and get it. It said, there is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. I mean, the brothers putting it out in sign language, man, in different tongues, man, different languages. Espanol, Patois, French, brothers in Germany, brothers over there in the UK, brothers all scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, man. Pushing this word, South America, Mexico, all types of places, man. Brothers putting this word out there. And they have a little button on YouTube where you can hit translate, man. It'll translate it into your language, generally, right? Enough for you to get the basics of the message. Anyway, it said their line is gone out through all the earth. So, yeah, it said, and their words to the ends of the world. Yeah, so everybody's got to hear this thing, man. Everybody's got to hear this word before the end comes, man. Everybody had to have the fair warning before Yahweh sends his son and the mighty angels, man, to send havoc upon this world and judge the whole world. And Donald Trump is, all of the prophecies is lining up. Donald Trump is sending war, the vibration of war throughout the world, further perpetuating that America must be destroyed, as saith in the scripture. Are you guys ready for that? Are you ready for economic collapse? I know y'all know about the chip, all you celebrities. I know y'all know the chip is coming if you ain't got it already. If you got the chip, hang this Israelite thing up. Now, it's all cool that you putting it out there for mainstream for those that don't know to put it out there. Thank you, blah, blah, blah. But what are you really telling them? You know? Like the brother said, are you going to tell them the white man's the devil the Bible speaks of? Are you going to tell them don't take the chip, the RFID chip? You know? You going to say that that's in the Bible, known as the mark of the beast? Are you going to tell them that America's got to be destroyed? That there's going to be famines and people going to eat their babies? You're going to tell them all the nastiness, as we call it, of the scriptures? You're going to put that out there? These other Israelite groups ain't putting that out there. Matter of fact, most of you celebrities probably catching on to like these other hip-hop Israelite groups, man. Well, y'all, I can do my thing, just turn it toward the Bible. An Israelite version of it's the same thing that Nate and them are putting out there, man. That ain't the truth of how this word really goes down. That don't guarantee you salvation. So I'm going to hit a couple scripts, man. It's a couple other scripts and close out. I ain't got long on my break or whatever. So let's start with, we're going to start with, matter of fact, we're going to start Mark chapter 10. I got a few of them lined up. I'm going to get straight to the point, read them. Most of them are straightforward. Not a real need for breakdown. This is Mark chapter 10, verse 25. Read up a little bit. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I gotta read up. It says Mark 10 and 21 says, and Yahushua, that's his real name. I don't know if you even know that. There was no letter J back in those times, man. And the word Jesus, Aisus, was a Greek word. Starting at the top of Mark 10 and 23, it says, and Yahushua looked round about and saith unto his disciples, how hardly shall they that have riches enter into the kingdom of the Most High God? Right? It says, and the disciples were astonished at his words, but Yahushua answered again and said unto them, children, how hard is it for them that trust in riches to enter into the kingdom of God? It said, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of God. They were astonished out of measure, saying among themselves, who then can be saved? And Yahushua looked upon them and said, with men it is impossible with the Most High, but not with the Most High. For with Yahweh all things are possible. You know? And that's the truth, man. You know, it's not impossible for Yahweh to make you to be saved, or for a rich man or a poor man to be saved. But the test is that rich man, he gonna have to give up all them riches, man, to have an opportunity for it. Let's go into this, man. Haggai, start at 1 and 5. It said, Haggai 1 and 5 said, now thus far said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, consider your ways. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Now, that's not talking about accumulating money to yourself. That's talking about bringing in little to contribute to the restoration of this truth back to Israel, man, to the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, that man, what's the difference of that, man? That's a big difference when it comes to the riches that you're talking about. When you go into, matter of fact, I'm gonna go into that Matthew the 6th chapter. The real treasures, man, is the wisdom out of this word. It's not in cash, you know. That's not what this is about, or even credit with the Most High, man. As a brother Kariah would always say, that, you know, tap into your spiritual bank account. You know, put deposit into your spiritual bank account. You know. Anyway, it says, ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to be put into a bag with holes. Yeah, you're going to always lose that money. You're always going to lose that money. And when you come into this thing, you're going to lose a lot of money. You're going to lose jobs. You're going to lose your woman. You're going to lose friends. You're going to lose all family. You're going to lose all kinds of things, man. It said, thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways. Yeah, consider them, man, because you can lose all those things, man, but what you don't want to lose is Yahweh, man. You don't want to lose the Heavenly Father out of your life, man. That's what you don't want to lose. Right? I'm going to go to Matthew 19 and 29. And straight to the point. It says, and everyone, Matthew 19 and 29 says, and everyone that hath forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or lands for my name's sake shall receive an hundredfold and shall inherit everlasting life. Yeah, that's how you get salvation, man. By forsaking and giving up all those things. A lot of these rich celebrity entertainers, they don't want to give that up. They don't want to give that up, man. That lavish lifestyle that they've been living. Who in their right mind, in a worldly state, in a carnal state, who want to give that up? But if you're spiritual, you know that stuff holds no weight. The fruits of the spirit is what's truly valuable. And when the economy collapses, that's when you're gonna see the real truth. When people are throwing money in the streets, that's when you're gonna see the real value of how valuable wisdom really is in that day. Like the scriptures say in Isaiah the 33rd chapter, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. That'll be your money in that day. Hit Matthew 6 right quick since I'm here. And go to 24, but I'll read over these other ones just to get to the point, just to read. But Matthew 6 and 19, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust do corrupt, where somebody can come through and through a tax law, take all your money from you, all your hard work from you. It says, and thieves break through and steal. Somebody could Mayweather get his shit broken into routinely now. People breaking in Mayweather's house routinely now. It says, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust do corrupt, and where thieves do not break through and steal. There's hackers out there that will go right into your bank account and take what they want out of it. And if they shut the internet down, or this monetary system down, hey, all them numbers in the bank, them dots and zeros, man, that means nothing anymore. Now jump down to 24. Well, matter of fact, let me read verse 21. It says, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. If you got to set up on the foundations of the world, man, the foundations of the world gonna break down and get destroyed. But if you have it on celestial, heavenly things, to please the Heavenly Father, then it'll be then no one can break through and steal it. No one can get it from you. That's where your mind and heart is going to be toward that. Down to the 24th verse said, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other. You can't be Kendrick Lamar, hip hop rap star, and Kendrick Lamar, Hebrew Israelite. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. You can't have one foot in, one foot out. It said, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve the Most High and mammon. You can't serve two. Now let me jump over to this right quick, since I kind of sparked me on that. Spirit is moving right now. We're gonna go it's around like 15th verse. See what we got. Revelation 3 and 15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. You can't be both, man. You can't be hot for the world and hot for the truth. No, you're gonna have to be. You can't be cold for this truth on one side and hot for it on this other side, man. It don't work that way. You gotta be hot only for this truth, or stay the hell out of it, man, and be ice cold for the truth, man. That's it. One or the other. Don't be all lukewarm in the middle, like it's about to say. I word that thou wert cold or hot. I wish that you were cold or hot. Right? I prefer that you were one or the other. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. I will spew thee out of my mouth. Yep. It says, because thou sayest, I am rich and increased in goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked. Yeah, man, that's what people are like, man. You don't realize that a lot of you celebrities are some of the worst people on earth, man, you don't sleep good at night because you know you got to keep them blood oaths and whatever else that you didn't put out there. You know that, and you hear us speak this truth, man. You see that we talk about everything that you established your whole belief system on is about to crumble. Let me see if I should read that. Yeah, I'm gonna read it anyway. No, I'm not. I'm gonna go to oops. Go back. Let me go to what did I have? Yeah. We're gonna go to Peter. First Peter. I always like bringing this one out, man, because a lot of people in the world don't understand how this thing really works. Yeah, it says, for as much as Yahweh Shai, or the anointed, they call him Christ in this, it says, have suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that hath suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin. Meaning you give up all the worldly luxuries, man. Like it says, I believe in the book of Colossians, the 3rd chapter, I believe it is. It says, mortify ye your members, man. Cut off all the attachments of this life, man. Cut off the thoughts of your flesh, the feelings of your flesh, all them senses, man. Cut all that off. Cut all that off, man. Shut all that down and get with this truth, man, 100%, and put your spirit out there. In sincerity to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. If you're not, you're going to come up short when the day comes, man. If not, you're going to come up short when that day comes. It says that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of the Most High. Yeah, Kendrick, if you really, or Brandon T. Jackson, any of you guys, man, if you guys is really about this thing, man, you got to give all that up. Now, the Spirit will guide you how to give all that up. There's brothers out there, man, that gave all that up, that had professional sports contracts, music contracts, so on, multi-million-dollar deals, all kinds of things, man. Brothers actually in the room about to make that oath, man, and decided, you know what, that's not for me. People really right there giving up everything. And you know what? They chose this route. They gave up all of that for this route. Lord willing, them brothers see salvation, man. Because it's a very tempting thing, man. It's a very tempting thing. Anyway, verse 3, it says, for the time past, our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles, wanting all the bullshit that the Gentiles seek after. It says, when we walked in lasciviousness, lust, access of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries. Those are basically a list of things of the world, man, that keeps you away from the Most High God. In short, said, here's the point, wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot. So when you quit your contract and you go back to Compton or wherever you go, you keep just enough to sustain your life on a day-to-day, without all that lavish lifestyle. Esau gonna come get it. If he don't come get it, guess what? You're gonna struggle, man. Everybody around you that you truly care about is gonna be mad at you for giving the money back, for quitting the lifestyle. They gonna think it's strange that you run after the same access of right, that you ain't going on tour no more, that you ain't in the studio, that you reading the Bible so much, that you ain't up there, trying to gather up this money by the boatload. It says, speaking evil of you. And how many of you self-centered ass, shallow ass rappers out there and celebrities, man, how many of y'all can't deal without approval from the outside world? A lot of y'all can't deal with it, especially you women, man. You celebrity women. That's why you go get implants, this and that. You do all them things, man. Y'all do all that stuff, just trying to get the appeal of the people out there, so they'll give you attention, and then the big money man will come in and pay you for that attention. So let me go now to the book of I keep pressing the wrong button. Let me go now to the book of Sirach, I believe it is. The book of Sirach, chapter 2. Yes. It says, yeah, I think this is the last. No, this ain't the last. This is one of the last scriptures here that I'm going to close out. It's Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus chapter 2. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Know that these troubling times is going to come to you, man. Prepare your soul for it. Understand that it's gonna come, and it's gonna come hard, man. It's always a test getting thrown out there at you. That go for you women too, man. Your sincerity and solidarity to the Most High God through your man, or if you don't have a man yet, your belief that he gonna send you the right people around you, the right man for you, is gonna be vital, But a lot of you guys ain't gonna be able to keep that up, man. Brandon, I know Brandon T. They cut your shit off the internet just for saying some half-coded shit, man. Anyway, it says, set thy heart aright, get your mind right about this truth, man, about the sincerity and the humility of the Most High God, that thou mayest be increased. Wait, Salaki. It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. So when all Esau's powers and all this trouble come upon you, man, you got to sit there and take that, man, and endure through that. Public criticism. They, like Michael Jackson, man, I hate to say it, but they beat this dude down. But he didn't even come into the truth like that. They beat this dude down. How many of you can deal with that? Well, guess what? When you come into this truth, it's 10 times worse. At least 10 times worse. Verse 3, it said, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. At the very end that you get salvation, you are deemed worthy to sit on the 12 thrones, as I didn't read in Matthew the 19th chapter, the 28th verse, judging the 12 thrones of Israel, and all the other blessings that the scriptures have said about it, man, for those that endure. Seeing your enemies fall, so on and so forth. Verse 4 says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. A lot of you celebrities wouldn't be able to deal with it when you're changed to a low estate. There's niggas, man, that work at the damn mall that can't deal with being changed to a low estate. Can't deal with losing money. And can't deal with wrecking a car. Can't deal with losing their girl. That they mama is mad at them. That they friends in the world don't want to kick it because they don't smoke weed no more. They don't eat pork no more. They don't eat shellfish delicacies no more. Looking at you like something's wrong. But you got to be able to endure all of that. And if need be, cut all them other people off if need be. When it said forsake all and forsake that list of people in your life, guess what? You got to be willing to forsake them. You ain't got to completely get rid of them out of your life if you can continue with wholeness unto the Most High God. But if they going to corrupt that and try to take you astray, you got to get rid of them people out your life, man. Straight up. Verse 5, it says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Yeah, so adversity, this is a trial for us, man. This is adversity given unto us by the Most High God. And we got to be able to endure this thing, man. To try us and to make us pure. When you try something in the fire, guess what? You burn out all the impurities. So now it makes you pure. Now, once you become pure, now you're not tainted, man. You're pure, but pure unto the Most High God. It said, believe him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. And so on and so forth goes into what you continually go through, and then what you and if you lose patience also, man. You can't lose patience in this thing, man. Patience is another trial and temptation that you got to deal with. But I'm going to jump from there and I'm going to go into 1 Corinthians. I'm sure brothers know most of these scriptures anyway, man. But these are the answers, man. These are what the answers actually are. 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9. It said, for I think that the Most High God, Yahweh, has set forth us, the apostles, last. Meaning put us on the bottom, man. The lowest, most humblest men on the planet. Not just in word and in deed, but in situation too, as far as the world is concerned. We don't make a lot of money. We don't have a lot of the riches or the considerable delicacies that the world has to offer. We have the bare necessities. And the Most High takes care of that. It says, as it were appointed to death. Like even to be hated for this word, man. That people hate us because of this word. That demons sprout up to try you and to test you, man. To see it put you in a jacked up situation just to see if you're going to stay true to the Most High God. But you got to be able to endure all those things. It said, for we are made a spectacle unto the world. Yeah, like not in just a spectacle, but even so like a laughing stock. Why don't you bums go get a job, man? Why don't y'all do something else? Why y'all got on them robes? Why y'all got on dresses? Why y'all out here with the Bible like that? Why you ain't this? Why you ain't that? You ain't got no money, blah, blah, blah. Okay, true. Say what you want to say. But guess what? We out here making this work, man. We out here pushing this thing out on the internet. And to the point that the internet done pushed it so far out between these corners in the internet, we done pushed it so far out that it's on mainstream with the top rapper Kendrick Lamar putting it out there. Putting it out there, not just knowing in his, inside himself and keeping it, but actually saying something about it on his album. He feels comfortable enough to say it because we know you can't ignore it. The Spirit had us flood YouTube from through the Apostle Tahar, man. He gave the decree out that here at Great Millstone, we was going to flood the internet with this Hebrew Israelite thing, but with the truth. Not with the hip-hop videos and the progress in this society and all of that. No, the black Hebrew, not all of that. With the truth. With the real truth. The whole bittersweet truth, man. Anyway, it says, for we are made a spectacle unto the world and to angels and to men. And those angels are recording it and reporting back to the Heavenly Father the sincerity that we bring. And those men, some men gnash the teeth and fan the hand at us. Other men see it as an example of what they're about to become. It says, for we are fools for Yahushai's sake, but ye are wise in Yahushai. We look like fools to the world, but we're wise. It said, we are weak compared to the world, but ye are strong. We're strong in the power of the Heavenly Father, in faith. It says, indeed, it says, ye are honorable to the Most High God, but we are despised to them that's in the world, man. It says, even unto this present hour, we both hunger. We don't have an abundance of money to go buy whatever the hell we want. We can't eat the delicacies of the world. You know how many times I've come up to certain family functions and can't eat most of the food there? Most of it. And then I have to, just as a quick testimony and tell them like, hey, I can't be showing up if y'all ain't gonna have nothing for me to eat. I mean, I can show up, but y'all don't make it seem like y'all really want me to be here. Y'all just want me to fall in line. They think it's strange that you run out with them to the same excess of riot, like we read in 1 Peter. It says, back at the top of 11, it says, even unto this present hour we both hunger and thirst and are naked and are buffeted and have no certain dwelling place, man. We hunger and thirst for truth, thirst for knowledge, thirst for not even acceptance, man, but and are naked and bare. You can see our shame right on our faces, man. Everything, man. We put ourselves out there that we ain't of this world, man. And the world laughs at us, but it's okay. It said, and are buffeted and beat up by the world, man. And it's okay. We take that. And have no certain dwelling place. A lot of brothers in this truth have been homeless. A lot of brothers in this truth is couch surfing. So on and so forth, man. There's no, living check to check. There's no certain dwelling place. I'm out here at work now trying to make sure my dwelling place stays afloat. Anyway, it says, and labor, working with our own hands. We don't have servants under us doing shit for us to keep us on top. We got to work with our own hands. Being reviled, we bless. Yeah, the world reviles us, but we're blessed. It says, being persecuted, we suffer it. And when you persecute us and talk all types of shit against us, that's a blessing unto us. We suffer that. Pursuing the Matthew the 5th chapter. It said, being defamed, we entreat. We like when you defame us. That's another blessing unto us. We are made as the filth of the world. You look at us like we're the filth of the world, not realizing that some of the men that you come across out there that's teaching this truth is going to be the future rulers and hierarchy of the world, man. Of the world to come, the kingdom of heaven in righteousness. It says, and are the offscouring of all things unto this day, and are the offscouring of the mud, the nasty scum on the bottom of a shoe is how you look at us. But guess what? Not realizing we're those prophets, man. We're those men of the Lord that's going to usher in this truth, and roll the red carpet out best we can for Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, for Yahushai and the angels, man. And then the miraculous events and the world events are going to do the same also. It says, verse 14, it says, I write not these things to shame you, But as my beloved sons, I warn you. Shit. But as my beloved sons, I warn you. So that's a warning unto us, man. I thought I had one more that popped up in the spirit, but I guess I forgot it, man. So with that, I'm going to close out. Say all praises and glories unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Wait, let me say this before I go. Man, for you celebrities, man, I'm about to put a few of y'all names on this title. For you celebrities, man, straight up. Get with it or get moved on, man, because we're going to mock you when your fear cometh, you know. And all you 2/3, we're going to mock you niggas, man. We're going to laugh at how the Most High destroys you. Because we're out there warning you. And if Kendrick Lamar's heard, we know you regular niggas sitting at home all goddamn day is hearing it. We know this. We know that by the scriptures that this had to go out through all the earth. Everybody on the earth had to hear it. Everybody going to know when he shows up. When he crack the sky and come out and come through them clouds, man. We all going to know. That you're going to know that there have been a prophet among you, man, to tell you about these things. So with that, man, I'm going to close out. Say all praises and glories unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Halal, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, who are great examples unto us on what on how this truth goes. And you know, not that we worship those men, but we honor those men with double honor as they deserve. You know, for guiding us through this truth as men upon the earth. And greetings, salutations, and blessings, man, unto those that believe, the 144,000 and 1/3, that's to have salvation, and death to everybody else. You know, celebrity or not, man. Get with it or get gone, man. With that, I say shalom.